I've done a whole lot. So for some people to come out and want to talk about Nigerian rap music and not want to mention Ruggedman or maybe a Tribesman, that's some serious disrespect. But I've come to realize that Gen Z is all about disrespect. So some of them will just, they always want to go the disrespectful route, even to get attention. I was the first young Nigerian artist to own a car. Before them, P-Square, before them.
I know that.
I know because, well, the only artist that had cars then, I think, and it was a Kenny's Music, that their white Navigator.
Then
and they didn't own it.
Yellow Hummer.
They didn't own. No. Kenny's Music. I'm not talking about the executives. I'm talking about the artists. And the artists didn't own the car then. Kenny's Navigator was given to the artists, so they didn't own it.
Who was the artist that had that? Or how many?
Two-Face had it. I think Hazardous had it too. The same car.
Wait, what?
It was
given to.
It was the same.
Two-Face was taken and given to. No, the car that was. Now Two-Face come out first now. The car that was given to Two-Face.
Yeah, I know another artist still used it. Yeah, it was
the
like
same car. Then
it was a company.
Artist, the same car was given to.
Because the artist now got his. That's why I said it's a company car. They didn't own it. The artist, didn't own it. It's not all about Ruggedman. There were a lot of us who put in a lot of work, So when you want to categorize, I can speak for myself. But if it's about the industry as a whole, I call everybody. Just like the way some people say Lord of Ajasa was the first Yoruba rapper. He's not.
Who would you say?
Bembe Adisa was the first Yoruba rapper. He was the guy that did Efumini Visa.
Indeed. To me.
Thank you. That was the first Yoruba artist. You understand?
Yo.
So, history right there, bro.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. So when people say, oh, Lord of Ajasa was the first, I just smile. I said, no, he's not. He said that I was in the studio when Tribesmen were recording Shake Body. The first time they played Tribesmen on radio, I took LD to DJ Abdullah of Rhythm. And I introduced on what's that street? Nobi. Surulere. I took LD to DJ Abdullah's studio in Surulere, and I introduced, of course, Abdullah. Then I had my songs out. I don't blow.
Yeah.
So I took him to the studio, and I'm like, yo, Abdullah, this is my man, LD. LD brought out the CD. I introduced Abdullah was like, Rugged, as long as it's from you, no problem. The next day they were on radio.
For the sake of,
like Nice. I know when I was Ruggedman and when we did Ruggedy Baba, I took Nice around with me for like 2 years before he blew. Every show I went to, I took him with me. Even the shows, the cities I went to that he couldn't be there, I had his CDs with me. Every radio station I walked into, I gave them my CDs, I gave them his.
That chorus on that record is gold.
That's the gospel. That song is one of the reasons why Afrobeats is where it is today.
Are you not in support of what VeryDarkMan is doing?
Oh, I am. I liked him in the beginning when he started with the whole NAFDAC number thing. But when he now started going personal, people's private lives and stuff, especially with women, that one, to me, he's just distracting himself.
Don't you think that he's responding to what might have been done to him?
Well, until I know what was done to him, you understand? I'm looking at it's like saying a policeman, instead of taking shooting as the last resort, is the first thing he does. They will tell you, but you're a professional, you're supposed to be used to this. So even if somebody says something to you, there's a way you will address it. Not your mama, your papa, you won't catch me doing that, but then that's me. Hold on. What I said was his way, his approach is what I don't like now. You understand? His approach. Because in the beginning, it was about, he's calling out people who sell products with no NAFDAC number. That's amazing. But now, what do you hear more about him? Say the truth.
No, but he is still doing. In short, he's even diversified into the point of calling out people that are owing people money or celebrities that have collected people's money without paying.
I don't have an issue with that one. That is cool. But what did I say? People's personal lives, people's private lives. The Yabo Joe and her daughter kind of thing. That's why I said his approach is what I'm not okay with.
I love what he's doing. The response that he gets from certain things he says.
Response?
Yeah, from from probably Yabo Joe's.
Yeah, it depends on what any response he gets from Yabo Joe is probably from what response to what he said. The most I think where all this stemmed from, to my knowledge, was when he said I think it was the Mohbad situation, and where he said there are some old, retired, or whatever actresses that are trying to use
Mohbad's death for clout.
Thank you. And then everybody knows that it was Yabo Joe and Tonto and who else that were active with that. So you now don't say something like that and don't expect others to respond. And when they now responded, I heard something like, "Oh, but I didn't mention anybody's name, bros. Nobody be Mumu."
So
if that...
So are you saying that...
If that was what happened... Yeah. That's what I said, to the best of my knowledge. So if that was actually what happened, then he started it.
I'm sorry, man. Look, my current guest is absolutely hilarious. He's super intelligent as well, but he just did something, and I wish he would do it again. I'll ask him if he would. If it doesn't, it's okay. But guys, you are on The Link Up. Of course, Quincy Jones here. And of course, today, my guest is a legend in his full rights. I'm not even, I don't use the word likely, and I'm not saying it because he's here. I think that we have a way of not calling things what it is these days, and then there's too much political correctness, and I personally don't care, man. He is a legend in his rights and deserves it, as because I said so. Myself don't turn gatekeeper, although all of them always have a John Fence or catch now with Babuaya. Oh yeah, now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, Ruggedman.
What's up, bro?
Baddest.
What's good?
How far, Baba?
I just did. I did chill.
It's nice to have you here, man.
I hope so.
You hope so?
Yeah, a lot of people say things they don't mean these days. So.
Oh no, I'm not one of them. I promise you, I'm not. I'm not. I do not possess the energy, time, or strength. To be honest, you know,
that's the best way to live, though.
Oh yes. It takes the burden off you.
Yep.
And you have been living like that for quite some time.
Yes.
Say what I mean what I say.
Exactly.
So before we got on the show,
yeah,
I was just testing the mic, obviously, you know, testing sound, and I'm like, what's going on, guys? I'm Quincy Jones. And then you said,
I said, Stevie Wonder in the building.
Bruh, it was there was no reason for that.
Brilliant. But you know your namesake, Quincy Jones?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why.
Totally. Absolutely. No, it makes total sense. It makes total sense. Baba, it's nice to have you here, man. Where do we begin? So first, I want to speak about one of your most recent projects.
Okay.
Right. Hey.
Is it the Michael Stevens experiment?
Yes, the Michael Stevens experience. First, who's Michael Stevens?
That's the Ruggedman, Ruggedy Baba you've all known for ages. My real names are Michael Ugochukwu A.K. Stevens.
Good.
You know, but I'd use more of Michael Stevens.
What's the difference between Michael Stevens and
Ruggedman? Well, Ruggedman is the artist. Ruggedman is the rapper. He's the entertainer. Michael Stevens is the guy that when he's in front of a camera or if he's in public with people he does not know, he's Ruggedman. And that's when he talks about music. Because most times when I'm with my friends, I'm Michael. When I'm with friends and family, I'm Michael. I know they form Superstar for House and with my friends. Yeah.
Interesting. I like that. Now, on that EP, you had certain notable figures. Eva and a couple of other...
Uzi Quindu, Mr. Styles.
And I would use that particular, these notable figures for something else along the line of the conversation. But why did you select these particular artists to get on the project with?
Well, I reached out to a lot. I reached out to way more artists for that particular track. The track is called OG. Yeah, it's aptly titled OG because I wanted it to be, it's a track that I wanted to feature OGs. You understand? So I reached out to a couple. Some, as usual, the Niger way. Oh, I'll do it. No problem. I'll do it
like
till today.
Like whom?
Well, I reached out to a lot of guys. I reached out to MI. I reached out to Jesse. Well, Jesse's on it. I reached out to MI. I reached out to LD, the Don. I reached out to Eriga. I reached out to N6. N6. No, not N6. Wait. Oh, Young Six.
Oh, Young Six.
I reached out to Young Six. I reached out to Ill Bliss. And who else again? I reached out to some Ghanaian artists, rappers too.
Wait, wasn't Illbliss on there?
No, it's not.
But was he on another record?
No. I think you saw a video of us together at a radio station.
Oh, okay.
That was a radio station. That was something else. Yes. So I reached out to a couple of them. Some of them, yeah. MI, I understand. When I reached out to MI, that was when we were planning their concert in Jos.
Okay. Yeah.
So he was not in Lagos and all that. So he told me that. Even Jesse said the same thing because they were together in Jos. And then, I don't even think that concert held because I think some unrest started in Jos again. But at least he had a good reason. And then Jesse Jags, when an opportunity came for him to come to Lagos, he called me straight and like, yo, well, I'm coming to Lagos. Is this still on? I said, yeah, sure. He came, he recorded. That's why he got on. He got on it, you understand. But the rest, a whole lot of other
stuff. Who gave you the most flimsy excuse?
Is there any flimsy? I won't say flimsy excuse, but everybody had their excuses. Ill Bliss was one that annoyed me the most. I chased him for 2 months. I won't say chased, but he gave me this. Okay, I'll do it. I know he was busy in the East shooting something, filming something. He told me, no, you never know. See, what I try to do is I try to let people know one thing, yeah? Anybody who reaches out to you for something has a plan and most likely has a time frame. So the best thing you can do is if you know you're not, chance to do it, just tell the person you're not chance to do it. So that person can now remove you from the equation and make other plans. You understand? But when you keep saying, oh yeah, I'll do it. Oh yeah, I'll do it. And most especially when the person actually needs you on it, you just, let me know you make this sound the wrong way. Don't lead the person on. That's why I said, let me not make it sound the wrong way. You understand? Because some of them saying, oh, I'll do it. I kept holding on, and he really ate into my time, even delayed the release of the EP, But at some point, I just say, you know what, fuck it. I'll work with who is okay and who's available.
Have you seen him after then?
Oh yeah, we saw in that's the video, and funny enough, he's coming to record this weekend.
On another record,
the same record. Reason being that. Two other people I featured on the song. Okay, now there's Uzi Kwendu.
Yes.
There's Jesse Jags on it. There's Eva Alodia. Then there's Mr. Styles, formerly known as Freestyle.
Yes.
Tribesman. Freestyle is not based in Nigeria anymore.
Yes.
Eva is not based in Nigeria anymore.
Yes.
So that I'm having that issue with that. The issue I'm having with that is now to shoot the music video.
Yes.
You understand? So right now, I had already decided, okay, you know what, I'm just going to shoot because Uzi went first and I went second. It was as if God knew what was going to happen. So I was now thinking to myself, okay, maybe I'll just close eye and shoot just Uzi's and our verses and leave it at that because I can't be doing animation for 3 other people. It won't make sense. So I was happy that it was Uzi first, me second, and then it ends there. But Freestyle has been saying, hey, anytime I'm ready to shoot, he's ready to fly into Nigeria. But then I don't really want to make plans based on that because, hey, he's in far away America. If I make plans and then he now goes, oh, I won't be able to, what do? I will enter plane, I'll come and flog him there. Because Mfon is my guy anyway. So basically now I just decided, you know what, let me see who else. When Ill Bliss, he apologized and was like, hey, he really was busy. I said, no problem. So now he wants to come voice. Even as we speak, N6 has voiced.
Interesting.
N6 has voiced. Illy is coming to voice. So that means I'm going to have 2 new verses. So now, most likely, the video I'm going to shoot will be Uzi Kwendu, Ruggedman, N6, and Ill Bliss. At least, these are still OGs.
I mean, yeah.
You understand? Yeah. So, here we go. So, yeah, that's how that one is. Let me not say went. Because what I call myself a what next man.
Yeah.
I call myself a what next man. If something happens right now and something goes wrong, yes, I don't wallow in it for too long. in the next 10, 15 seconds, what you hear me think or say is, what next? What do I do next?
Yeah.
You know, that's me. So when I realized, okay, hey, fine, I won't be able to shoot the video with all these people. Okay, what else can I do? Remix, shoot only Uzi's verse and mine, or see if I can get somebody else. And
absolutely, but I mean, you need to be adaptive.
Oh yeah,
in
definitely.
The music business.
And I've always been like that. I believe that's one of the reasons why I'm still here till today. You know.
All right, and we will still touch on that. But I'm concerned as to the term OGs, right, and the people that have been selected, right.
Okay.
So while we're discussing the song, right, in my own confines and stuff, while we're discussing the song, just like, you know, I think, the idea was to get certain OGs, but your time in the game is way older than a lot of people within that sphere. I think that the only person that's close enough would be Freestyle.
Yeah.
You know, I was trying to remember the new name, but he's
Styles.
still Freestyle.
Even I said Freestyle before I realized I said Freestyle.
He's one of my favorite Nigerian rappers of all time. I won't even lie, right? It's Freestyle, right? Others are way after you, to be fair.
Mm-hmm. But
right?
still,
am I wrong?
No, not really. But if still, you know, some of them were around when they're after me. Let me not put them where they're not. Yes, after me. But looking at from 2024 backwards, they've been around for a long time.
It is a long time, but MI's. I want to highlight MI. I love MI. He's one of my favorites of all time in hip hop in general, right? MI was what, 06, 07? Talk about it. Talk about it. Was it?
Ruggedman Baba was 06. Ruggedman Baba was 06. So I think Talk About It was maybe 08.
Interesting.
Yeah, because Ruggedman Baba was 06 and MI wasn't out then, I think, officially.
Okay. That said, saying this to say that, MI was after, you know, that timeline. Do you feel a certain type of way? It's a question I've always wanted to ask. Do you feel a certain type of way that some of these, you're very active on social media, some of these hip-hop conversations and dating it back to whom or who the OGs are at the moment, right? And it seems like there's a stopgap that begins from the MI era. And people like yourself, LD, and quite a number of other guys, right, get missed out in the conversation.
Yeah, it depends on who's having the conversation.
Yeah, but unfortunately, it's the younger generation that's always having the conversation, and will always be the younger generation.
Okay, so and what I think I had this conversation yesterday with someone. Yes, and the same what I said now, same thing I said. It depends on who's having the conversation. So if the person having the conversation is just some random young guy just having a conversation on X, enjoy. If you do not want to, if you don't have the time to do research into something you're speaking on, then you have one, you're not a professional in it. And then two, what you're saying really doesn't matter much because you're just talking to a group of your followers. But when I hear a proper hip hop person or a proper media personality talking about the history of Nigerian rap, then I can speak up. Then I'll take it a bit personal to even bother myself to say anything. I've seen a lot of conversations on X where people just talk and then they put up a list of rappers and they omit my name sometimes. Sometimes they remove MI and, you know. And I'm like, well, that's their business. But then I've now noticed that even when they're having that conversation, 1, 2, 3 people will come in and say, what do you mean? This list is not complete. There's no Ruggedman, there's no this, there's no that. And then the conversation the person now kind of tilts and then the person just starts telling them, Ruggedman did this, he dropped this song, he did this, he was before this person. So I want to believe that some of them who come up with that, who start the conversation omitting certain names is just because they want to promote their favorites. They want to hype their favorites. They're not being real about the history of Nigerian music or rap music per se. You understand? So that's why I said it doesn't bother me. What bothers me is who is having the conversation. I know there was a time somebody that either he used to work with MTV Base, trying to remember his name. He did it. There was a video he posted on Instagram, and he's like, rap music became commercial from MI.
Or who? Ahis? Or
no, it wasn't Ahis. It was not Ahis. It cannot be Ahis. Ahis is too professional for that. It wasn't Ahis. I've forgotten his name. Then I did a video. Immediately, I did a video. I said, dude, if you want to talk about the history of Nigerian rap, always say from your level or from the people you know or from your favorites. Don't say the history of Nigerian rap, because what you just mentioned now is way wrong. Even if I don't talk Ruggedman commercializing rap music, there was Tribesmen. There was
absolutely.
Let's not even go too far back and talk about Emphasis and Too Low for Zero. A lot of you guys, Google is your friend. So let's not even talk Emphasis.
You haven't highlighted Idris Abdul Karim.
You understand? That's why I said I didn't even. I said, look, let me not even talk about me and the level of contribution I put in. Leave me out of it so that I won't be like, oh, I'm talking for myself. No. Let me just mention Tribesmen for you. So just take that, brother. Go and do your research and let people know. So don't come out and talk about something you don't know about and be don't come sounding all confident while you're talking about something you're a bit ignorant about. You understand? Straight. And that was because that was someone from a big place like MTV Base. I had to check him immediately.
Did he take it down or what?
No, I don't care if he took it down or not. People saw mine. Mine went viral. So hey, I did my job as far as I'm concerned. You understand? And most of the time, I'm someone who's always been. I'm from the school of thought of giving honor to whom honor is due. It's not all about Ruggedman. There were a lot of us who put in a lot of work, So when you want to categorize, I can speak for myself. But if it's about the industry as a whole, I call everybody. Just like the way some people say Lord of Ajasa was the first Yoruba rapper. He's not.
Who would you say?
Bembe Adisa was the first Yoruba rapper. He was the guy that did Efumini Visa.
Indeed.
Thank you. That was the first Yoruba artist. You understand?
So,
history right there, bro.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. So when people say, oh, Lord of Ajasa was the first, I just smile. I say, no, he's not. You understand?
Actually, funny story is they actually, honestly speaking, I'm just being very straightforward. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Lord of Ajasa is one of my favorites as well.
Yeah.
Or was one of my favorites within that time frame. They actually start from Da Green.
Yes.
So the count starts from Da Green to Olamide.
I know.
That's it. In short, we're getting to a point because time moves. Time is such a bitch, right? Sometimes people now have to say, bro, there was Da Green, relax. It's Olamide that's the first now.
But that's why people actually need to, I won't say keep reminding people, but do your best. Look, as a brand that's out there, there's something a friend of mine said to me. If you don't blow your own trumpet, other bands, other orchestras will blow theirs louder than yours and they might not hear you. So part of what I also want to do is, I've seen a couple of documentaries on Nigerian music, but that's Nigerian music. I'm soon going to be filming a Ruggedman documentary.
Interesting.
You understand? Because I want to talk about Ruggedman from then till now. Bro, I saw Ayo Shonaya's documentary on Afrobeats, and enough respect to him. He reached out to me a lot while he was in Nigeria to shoot, but I was not in Lagos all the while. So that's why
the same way Iblis was not around when you wanted to record, is it?
Mm-hmm. It happens. You understand?
I'm trying to say.
I know. That's why I say. That's why I always say. That's why I always say. I mean, what next, man? So but the thing about it is, they're different. His is a documentary on Afrobeats. So even if it takes you 10 years to get the right people, you should take that 10 years. Because it's not something you release and then say, okay, wait, hold on, I'll do another one too to add the extra. Nah. You understand? So that's the difference between me recording a track because I can always do a remix or refix or something, you know?
Yeah.
So I was not available for the interviews for his...
So you think there's some parts that were inaccurate?
Yes, there was no Ruggedman in there. Yeah, and why I say this is because 12 or 13 out of everybody he spoke to mentioned Ruggedman.
Without Ruggedman.
No. They weren't saying where's Ruggedman. They were just talking about.
Yes.
I was linked to almost everybody.
No, without you being in it.
Without the Ruggedman.
That's what I mean.
Thank you. Imagine like a documentary where like 12, 13 people all mentioned Ruggedman, but there's no Ruggedman in the documentary. He said that I was in the studio when Tribesmen were recording Shake Body. The first time he played Tribesmen on radio, I took LD to DJ Abdullah of Rhythm. And I introduced on, what's that street? Nobi. Surulere. I took LD to DJ Abdullah's studio in Surulere. And I introduced, of course, Abdullah. Then I had my songs out. I don't blow.
Yeah.
So I took him to the studio. And I'm like, yo, Abdullah, this is my man, LD, LD brought out the CD, I introduced it. Abdullah was like, Rugged, as long as it's from you, no problem. The next day, they were on radio. You're playing Shake Body on radio. You understand? And I've done that for so many artists.
Who else? For the sake of...
yeah, like Nice. I know when I was Ruggedman and when we did Ruggedy Baba, I took Nice around with me for like 2 years before he blew. Every show I went to, I took him with me. Even the shows, the cities I went to that he couldn't be there, I had his CDs with me. Every radio station I walked into, I gave them my CDs, I gave them his.
That chorus on that record is gold.
That's the gospel. That's one of that song is one of the reasons why Afrobeats is where it is today. Yep, because we preach speaking in our mother tongue. You understand? And I'm always quick to throw in the lines that go, the only thing we're going to make them know where your music come from in the long run are the fusion of grammar, your slang, and your mother tongue. That was in 2006. And bro, every song that's been a hit from 2006 till today, what do they all have in common? Our local languages. You understand? So I've done a whole lot. So for some people to come out and want to talk about Nigerian rap music and not want to mention Ruggedman or maybe a Tribesman, that's some serious disrespect. But I've come to realize that Gen Z is all about disrespect. So some of them will just, they always want to go the disrespectful route, even to get attention. You understand? I saw there was some post I made, somebody wrote something very disrespectful. I'm like, what the hell is this? And he goes, but thank God, I just wanted to get your attention. That he wanted to tell me some things, and I knew if he had just said hello, I probably would not have responded.
Well, is it correct?
Really?
Is he correct?
Why would you? Oh, okay. Imagine me walking.
If he had said, no, I'm not giving room for disrespect, but just saying on the logical term. If he had said hello, you wouldn't.
If I'd seen it, yes.
No mind.
If I'd seen it, yes. I respond to a lot of people.
I mean, I doubt that, because there's a ton of artists out here claiming, there's too many angry or disrespectful posts and comments and stuff like that. But they have like 100 comments. It's 80 of them that's positive. 10 are lukewarm, and then another 10 are disrespectful. And that's
but then
look at
it this way. How many messages do you respond to?
As often as I can.
As often as you can.
Yes.
Now, those ones who you don't respond to, do you know right now they probably don't like you? So do you think you can respond to all of your messages?
No.
Thank you. So there will always be one or two you don't respond to. Not because you don't want to, but because you can't. If I open my phone for you now, my WhatsApp has over almost 4,000 unread messages. That's my WhatsApp with my contacts.
Direct number.
Thank you.
All right. Point me.
Now, you understand? So there's no way. And I can't, it's like saying, I see you walking on the road and I just see you and say, hey, fuck you. You know, look, what do you mean? Well, I say, I just wanted your attention.
Nothing like that.
Thank you. So
what would happen though if it happened to you?
If that happened to me?
In real life?
Well, we cannot talk here.
Why are you even called Ruggedman?
I gave myself the name Ruggedman. a lot of people thought it was something else, but no.
Yeah, no, because it's quite a number of people that have asked me. I'm supposed to be their entertainment gatekeeper. So they've asked me, and I don't know how to answer that. I'm whenever I get to have the interview with us, and it's happening today. Why you call Ruggedman?
I just gave myself the name.
Where did it stem from?
Comic books.
Interesting.
I used to be a mad comic buff, as in I was into. I still am though.
But I don't available that time actually.
No, not really. Bumblebee Day, Paysetters Day, James Hadley Chase Day. Don't try me. These are novels, and you understand. I read. Well, then I used to read a lot, and I was really into. These names I just called now. You guys check them out. Paysetters. I think Paysetters was the first African novels. They all had mystery, had crazy action stories and all. Yeah. So when I first started doing rap as a hobby, kind of, because I just liked rap music and started out writing out lyrics and all. First track I ever wrote out while watching it was actually not even a rap track. It was a dancehall track. I don't know if you remember this artist called Snow. White guy. Informer. You know, so the name is no me, I go man. I give him a man. Detective man, I say that it is no me, stab someone down a lane. That's why I still know some of the lyrics. That was the first track I ever wrote out because I had this uncle, God rest his soul, Jonathan Okeke. He used to sell cars and then he travels a lot and then he comes back with VHS tapes of UMTV raps with 55 Freddy, Rap City with 55 Freddy, UMTV raps with Dr. Dre and Ed Lover, and also memories, right? So I'll go to his house and then I'll watch some of them there and he's late now. So, Sha, don't come and haunt me because I want to confess. I'll borrow like 5 of the tapes, take them home, watch. I'll return 3 and then take 5. Another 5 and maybe return 2 and take another 5.
I'm sure he knew.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he knew, but he also knew I really liked music and also, all these ignores, they always know. But
did he ever watch you get to the point?
He was the first person that gave me in 2001. He gave me a check of 250,000 naira to record and mass produce my enhanced CDs. Imagine how much 250,000
is.
Why you today rap like Mumu?
Who did that voice? Who did?
God rest his soul. Nomalous.
Oh,
Nomalous.
Classic.
Waiting
with that.
Now mass that time. Now mass for school that time. I know to know mass. So when you see your car, you bite me. They try answer question. And it's got so bad that nowadays, once my teeth can go under it, I cut it. Okay, I remember you asked about how my name came about, but it was Nomalous that did that hook. So now, I started writing out lyrics and all. And then it went from being a hobby. When it was first a hobby, I was Soul MC. I called myself Soul MC then. And then I was still in secondary school, so hey. And most times we go to, I don't know if you remember
what secondary school was it?
At Tunrashi Boys High School, Surulere. Yes,
interesting
place.
Larry boy.
Yeah, straight up for life. Okay, I don't know.
No, I'm not. I just have a lot of them as friends.
Yes, I was still in secondary school. I don't know if you remember anything called Lit, where different schools will gather in a particular school. There's a lot of activities, debates and stuff. There's a debate
timeline.
I understand. I'm just trying to let you. It's a gathering of different schools in one school where there'll be activities like debating and then there was a miming competition, rapping, singing competition, dancing, all those things. So I used to go to a lot of them. Especially Queen's College or the female schools.
That's where it was at. It spanned from that generation to mine and after.
No. Man and woman matter is generational. It's not about school. So some of the schools we went to, I'll hear about rapping competition. Of course, I'll be drawn to it, but I wasn't hearing anybody that was doing anything, so I didn't bother. My friends were always hoping I'd do something, but I never ever heard anybody that was okay enough.
At what point did you decide?
Sorry?
At what point did you decide to get into one of them?
It was in Sule. I did once. It was in Sule Girls Secondary School near Fela's house, Temple, Sule. And then I was there in the school. My friends were all chilling. We heard about rapping competition. Of course, I wasn't bothered because I just took it that it would be like the normal one. But all of a sudden, something caught my ear, and I'm like, wait, what's going on? I was actually hearing somebody rap.
And who was that?
Some dude. I didn't know who he was.
He didn't.
But I was just hearing lyrics, and I'm like, oh, okay, this person actually rapping. Oh, nice. And I walked close, and by the time I got to where they were having the competition, a second guy was now rapping, and it was good too. I'm like, okay. And I told my friends, I think I'll join this one because my friend, imagine people who have been wanting you to do something like that for almost 2 years. They pushed, let's go. We got to the side of the stage. We called the MC. He came and they were like, he wants to join. The guy was like, they are finished. If you see the warning they gave the MC, somebody that we have been waiting for him to do this for how many years? Now he wants to do it. My friend, who's got to do this? He said, okay. They now let me join. We're 4 at first. So those other 2 had gone. The third guy went, then I went. And it was nice. Then it was just the 3 of us. They eliminated that guy. No, we couldn't finish. We kept passing the mic. It was that crazy. We were on for like an hour. We kept passing the mic. The MC was not like, okay, they have to stop because there are other activities. As in, it was really getting crazy. People were just watching and shouting. I can't remember.
Random time frame.
I'd say this is almost 30-something years ago.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. It's the 80s.
This was like let's say maybe around 1980.
It's the 80s.
Yeah, 80s, yes. So he said we had to stop because there were other activities they had to do and all. And imagine 3 of us just eyeing each other. You know how hip hop we're just eyeing each other and then the guy now announced, okay, there's another lit happening the next week at Anglican Girls Secondary School that will continue from there. Everybody now agreed. Then we now shook hands and all. Then I went home, brother. I wrote 15 pages of rap because this was the first time I was hearing Nigerians rap, and it was like a battle thing. So I wanted to go all out. So I wrote 15 pages. I was right at home. The day came, we got to Anglican. That was the first time I ever got, what will I call it now? I was recognized for rap. And this was even before I became Ruggedman or anything. So imagine me walking through the school gate with my friends, and some guy that was passing was not like, hey, rapper. And at first I didn't even know it was me. I just said, rapper. And after he was not like, I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't even know how to, because me, I was like, what's my own? Mine was just rap. I was ready. So we got into the hall. I saw the boys there. They were there, and we resumed eyeing each other. We just resumed eyeing each other, and people were waiting. But somehow it never happened. They just announced that we couldn't do it and all, and that was it. But the 2 guys, I remember their names till today. One was OG, Cool G. The other was Mad Max. I never got to know their real names or anything because, hey, we're in secondary school. So they went from my school.
What university did you attend?
Lagos State University, LASU. Studied political science, yeah.
So okay.
I'll deal with you.
Keep going.
Okay, let me just quickly answer your question because I have too many stories. Anyway, so first I was sole MC. And then after this whole school thing, and then when I realized it was getting a bit serious, I think it was when I bounced. Late Buki Ajayi's son, Kunle Ajayi, when he called me and we did a soundtrack for Diamond Rings, the movie. We recorded a soundtrack for Diamond Rings. Don't worry yourself, story plenty, but I can't tell you everything today.
Look, I'm going to take a brief intermission, but we know they go anywhere. Look, that you need to go see Diamond Rings. I mean, it might look a certain type of way, but at the moment, bro, that was the movie. It was.
Yep. So we did the one of the songs in there was a soundtrack we did for Diamond Ring. So after that recording, it was when I now realized, okay, it was getting a bit serious. Okay. And I wanted to change my name.
And you were still Soul
MC.
Soul MC.
To me, it was just for fun, but after that recording, I just felt, no, okay, look, this is getting a bit serious. So I didn't really like the name Soul MC. So I wanted to change it. One of the reasons being that back then there were too many artists with MC to their names. Young MC, Young MC,
That's
Father
MC,
MC Light, Young MC, this one,
MC everything.
Yeah, so I wanted to change my name. So the first thing that came to mind, I don't know where Rugged came in, but
That's
I think
because I'm about to say you had a smooth life. You had a smooth life.
Who?
And maybe all you've said is there's just smoothness.
Well, maybe I'm telling you that part. You want me to tell you about how we're sweeping Molu and Lansing? Yeah, well, I did that.
That's the reality.
I swept Molu a few times just to raise money.
Like you swept Molu?
Yeah, where they come to park the buses. Yeah.
They
used to park the buses there in Lansing.
Now this is different.
They used to park the buses, so they pay us.
No, but you were going to school, weren't you?
Yeah, so were you getting paid to go to school?
No, but
pocket money?
Yeah.
Which pocket money? How much? How much was it then? I was going to a public school, my brother. I didn't go to private school.
How much was the pocket money then?
I don't even remember.
Be interesting.
I don't remember.
Average, whatever you remember at the time. Secondary school.
Yeah, well, was it like 5 naira or something? But it was enough back then, though. It was enough.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
It was enough for me because of my level. And there were kids who were coming to school with way more.
How much?
20 naira, 100 naira, because I know a couple of
for
boys.
What? The day
school.
Or the week?
The day. Not boarding. I went to day school.
100 naira?
Yep. There was a
secondary school.
Bro, there was a boy in school that was buying food for all of us at some point.
Is this not 80s?
Yeah, 80s. We had millionaires then too.
100 naira,
Mama. But I'm just saying. So that's why I said for me. And don't forget, there's even another angle to it.
This is where the problem is now, because I wanted to use that as a teachable moment to the Gen Z/A, because we're moving to Gen A era.
What do you want to teach them?
To let you know that, look, timelines, right?
Oh, no,
different.
Times are
expense,
way different. Way different.
Money,
way
use
different.
of it, and denominations and things
way
like that.
different, but at the same time, it's still money and it's still your level of mentality. Back then, I know that I wasn't even looking at that money as in it wasn't enough or it was too much. I was just seeing it as what I was being given and I managed it. That's always been my life. I never complained that it was too little or too much. I never looked at somebody else who was spending a lot and saying, oh, I wish I could spend. No, that's never been me.
All right, so this is what I want to do. I want to keep that at a certain side, and then teleport way forward, right? This is after you've had hits, right?
Okay.
I want to say about maybe 10 now, 2010.
Okay.
It's hits upon hits, shows on shows, all of these performances and different timelines, right? Killing stuff publicly.
And privately. Go on.
Wait till you kill privately.
Now that don't know because na private.
If na woman, tell us.
The number you're calling is not available at
if
the
it's
moment.
Woman that
Please
you are
don't
killing
try
privately,
later.
tell us. Before people think that is something else.
No, they can think anything they want to think. Did I say anything? I just said privately too.
Interesting. Okay. Now, looking at the current music game and how very financially lucrative it is compared to
when we came up
and when you came in. First things first, how much was it? How much were you charging the show earlier? Like around the point where you blew up?
Oh, okay. I thought it was before I blew up. The first money I ever made was 2,000 naira.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was Pyramid Nightclub. It was Binabo Fiberesima that paid me that. That was the first plenty money, But sorry. Yeah, that was first plenty. Because the first amount I made, was 250 naira.
As a
not as
a
Ruggedman.
blown artist.
Oh, as a blown artist.
As Ruggedman, the blown artist.
Okay.
How much? What was your fee back then?
Well, as a blown artist back then, I think I was doing between 500,000. I know there were some shows I did 1,000,000 too. And then I also had this whole package for some shows I was a host, and then I did, so I got like 5,000,000 for 1 month's work.
5 million?
Yeah.
Early 2000s?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I know.
That time they launched Bora. Bora, the car.
The car, I know.
Bora was going for 1 million.
I know. I bought my BMW that time. I think I bought it for 900,000 in 2004.
What year was the BMW?
2004. I was the first young Nigerian artist to own a car. Before them,
Also,
P-Square, before them.
I didn't know that.
I know because, well, the only artist that had cars then, I think, and it was a Kenny's Music, that their white Navigator.
Then
and they didn't own it. They didn't own. No. Kenny's Music. I'm not talking about the executives. I'm talking about the artists. And the artists didn't own the car then. Kenny's Navigator was given to the artist, so they didn't own it.
Who was the artist that had that, or how many?
Two-Face had it. I think Hazardous had it too. The same car.
Wait, what?
It was
given to.
It was the same.
Two-Face was taken and given to. No, the car that. Two-Face come out first now. The car that was given to Two-Face.
Yeah, I know another artist still used it. Yeah, it was
the
like
same car. Then it was another artist. The same car was given to,
because the artist now got his. That's why I said it's a company car. They didn't own it. The artist, didn't own it. It was the label's car.
Okay.
Yeah. So before the artists got their own cars, they had that one to use.
Oh, to use.
That's why
it's not an announcement car.
Oh, no. It wasn't an announcement car.
I got you. Okay.
It wasn't an announcement car. No. That's why I said I was the first young Nigerian artist to own a car. I bought myself. I didn't know any other artist that had gotten a car then. Nope.
Did you have a record deal within that
No, I didn't
frame?
have. I almost had. But
and with
it
whom?
didn't come through. It was called Little Fish Records back then.
Owned by whom?
Forgotten his first name, but his last name, I think, Ejalunibu. He was the same guy that signed Earthquake back then. He signed Earthquake back then.
Yeah, the Earthquake.
Yeah, Alex and Ice. Yeah. So basically, I heard about him, and then he had signed Earthquake. And that was when Ehe was picking up seriously.
Yes.
And then he sent someone to me that he would like to talk to me and sign me. I'm like, hey, we had a meeting, and it was weird. We had a meeting, and yes, I found out he gave part of what he used to sign Earthquake was an accommodation. He got them a place. So I'm like, okay, I live in Lagos, so I already have a place. But one thing I need is mobility. I move around a lot. So I said, okay, if you can get me a car, we're good. And he agreed to get me a car for me to sign to the label. Oh, all good. So we fixed a date for the signing, the official signing. Of course, I did. We're going to have a press conference. And then Ruggedman was just beginning to buzz. So yes, we fixed a date for the press conference where I'll sign in front of everybody. But the deal was that he will give me the car for me to sign to the label. Not for me to sign, then he will give me a car. There's a difference. The agreement
was not a part of the record deal.
No, it's part of the record deal, but you have to give me the car first, then I sign.
Got you.
Not me sign and then you give me a car. I've always been someone who I pay attention to specifics. If I tell you, you will give me a car and I sign, that's it. So that was what we agreed on. Fine. But moving forward, we had started making plans on how to do a press conference where we'll sign in front of people. So I assumed the car will come before that date.
I was ready.
That kind of thing. Okay, let's get the car. I checked out a couple of cars in here, and he kept saying it was too expensive. I'm like, okay, you know what? He says, he has an uncle who deals in cars, blah, 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 from Cotonou back then. Let's go. So that's how he sent someone with me. We went, I think we spent like 2 days in Cotonou checking out cars. So anytime I'll call, oh, we found this one, he'll say, it's too expensive. We'll pick one. Oh, it's too expensive. At some point, and I said, okay, you know what? Hold on. What's your budget? So that I'll know. When he now said the budget, this was when Golf 3 just came out. I'm talking this is like 1999. Yeah. Golf 3 just came out. So I told him, okay, there's a Golf 3, but the money, your budget is 27,000 short. But don't worry, I will pay the 27. I'd already started doing some shows then. So I said, don't worry, I will pay I will pay the 27,000. Let's just take this and be done with this. He said, no problem. I go back to Nigeria. The next day, I went into the office. I dropped 27,000 on his table. I said, okay, this is the balance. So you guys sort out, bring the car before the press conference. But I waited and waited and waited. I kept asking about the car. The car never came. Press conference day, we invited like 10 press people. The place was packed. Over 20-something media houses came in.
Yeah, the record was buzzing.
It was rugged, thank you. So we sat at the table. There was him, me, Earthquake, and all. Everybody gave a speech. I gave a speech. Then we got to when I was to sign the contract. I put the contract, it was on the table. I had a pen with me. And I opened, instead of opening the contract fully like this, I just bent it and opened it like this. So I kept flipping and flipping and flipping and flipping. I got to the part where I was supposed to sign. I flipped. And I flipped it till I had all of the contract folded up like this. And I signed on the table.
Was that obvious to other people?
No, it wasn't, because I had the contract folded like this. So they couldn't see. I knew what I was doing. They couldn't see. So I folded it like this. The press were all gathered there with cameras and everything, but I folded it like this, and my hand was behind my palm.
Yeah.
And I signed on the table. He was the only one that noticed. He turned and looked at me. I looked at him, and I looked away. Immediately I did that and dropped the contract. Everybody clapped. In my mind, that I'll clap fire. When I clap, they go best. So when he looked at me, I gave him that look of, talk now and you will explain why.
Mm-hmm.
That when everybody had left, he came to me like, why did I do that? Why did I sign on table? Why didn't I said, boss, there's no problem. To everybody that came today, I have signed the contract. Our agreement was, you get me a car and I signed.
So where's your 25,000, by the way?
Wait now. Our deal was, you get me a car and I sign. Have you gotten me the car? No. So get the car and I will sign officially and we're good. You understand? So I just told him, get me the car and I will sign officially and nobody will be the wiser. Because as far as everybody that left that day, I signed already. And my brother, till today, the car never came. I don't know what happened. And I kept asking, and so a few things kept happening. Then the last straw that broke the camel's back was there was a Friday evening, I was in the office. I told him, look, I know a lot of media. I know people who had entertainment news in a lot of radio stations, like 4 of them. Why not bring like 20,000 or 30,000? Let's just give them, so that at least, even if Little Fish Records raises Ampit, they will announce Little Fish Records raise Ampit, just be talking about the label kind of thing. And then I said no, that he didn't really have money. I left him. That was Friday. I got to the office Saturday morning. As I was walking past, he was in his office talking to a couple of people. I just greeted, and as I was walking past, I overheard him just as he was saying, oh, he said it in Yoruba, he was at Wasiu's show. He was at Wasiu's show yesterday. That by the time he had sprayed 250,000, they knew he came. Bro, I match ABS. I just walked back. I just put my head in the office. I said, you say? I just said, you say? He was not looking at me. I said, wait. I just walked into the office. I said, wait. I said, yesterday I was asking you for 80,000 naira for us to share to media houses, so the press, so that they can be promoting the record label and us. You said you don't have. But I just heard you now mention that you sprayed another person's artist 250,000 naira. I just looked at him and said, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. I just went in, packed the remaining CDs that I had. I had my backpack that I used to trek everywhere. I was selling it before he approached me. I packed my CDs. There was even one.
You physically, sorry, wait, we're not going to speak past that. You physically sold your own CDs.
Yeah.
For how much then?
100 naira. CDs officially were going for 150. But what I did was I had my backpack. I was also the first young artist to print posters and calendars back then. So I had my Ruggedman Out Now posters. And I had, I printed A4 papers like an agreement, I, Ruggedman, and space, hereby agree to receive 100 copies of Ruggedman CD at 100 naira, and then they will pay me 50% of the money at that moment, at that point. And then when they're done selling, I'll come back and collect the balance. So once they agreed to this and they signed, I'll just give them. So I was selling the CDs to them at 100 naira. Outside, it was 150. But I'll sell it to them 100, and I'll take money for 50. And then once they sign, whatever is on their show glass, I'll remove it. I use my hand to paste my stickers, my posters there. Ruggedman CDs sold here. I had all of that. I had from Scotch tape to sellotape to a stapler to scissors. I had everything in that backpack to glue. So anywhere, I'll just put it there, shake them, and I move. I used to trek from our studio, JB studio was in Gbaja, Surulere. I used to trek from Gbaja Stadium, the whole of Ikorodu Road to Maryland, Ikeja, Ojota. I trekked all of these, hawking my CDs to
was this before your record blew up?
Yeah,
or
before.
After?
Just as came out, just before it blew up fully, that's when I was doing this. So I used to, so I sold to barbing salons, business centers, cyber cafes, supermarkets, DJ studios, anywhere that I see they play music, I walk in there and I do business with them.
I want to do another fast forward because we did a backtrack, right? Time travel. At what point did you decide to be, quote unquote, an activist?
I never decided to be an activist. If you check Ruggedman from day one, the song that brought me out there to the mainstream is And what was about? I was being very vocal about something I wasn't okay with. I felt mediocrity was being celebrated, and I decided to do something about it. And what could I have done if not speak my mind using my music? And that's why I did Why Today Rap Like Mumu, and I talked about it. So basically, I fight for what's right. You understand? That's how I am. That's who I am. I find it difficult to be somewhere and see somebody being bullied and not say so. Even if I can't do anything physically, I must say something, and I'll try something. So that's how I started in the industry. That's how I've been. Because I remember when I dropped and a lot of people were like, oh, this dude is speaking our minds. How did he know this was what I was talking about? I know we have better rappers. At some point, I was called the industry watchdog. I was called so many things. A lot of people said, oh, Ruggedman sanitized the Nigerian music industry. Ruggedman revolutionized. I changed the mindset of a lot of producers and artists. Somebody told me a story about a group. I will not mention the name because I'm not sure. It was what I was told.
Yeah, but that what they told you. So
there was a group that was in the studio recording, and one of the members said, oh, let's use this thing from here and just add it to our own. Another member of the group said, oh, so that Ruggedman will put us for a hair part 2, Abi. He said, no, we could not use them. You understand? So I actually made a lot of Nigerian musicians sit up and become way more creative than they were being then. Because back then it was about, the maintain, they would just take somebody else's instrumental, take their tune.
Or maintain.
Yeah, then that was what they were doing back then. And I felt that, to me, that was what I was doing for fun. Because I used to go to DJ studios there, and that was how I met DJ Jimmy Jat and the likes. I'll record instrumentals, or I'll tell them to I'll put an empty tape, they will play an instrumental, and I'll use a mic and I'll rap into the tape just for fun. I was using it to hone my skills, but all of a sudden, and I heard somebody releasing the same thing I was doing for fun as an album. And I'm like, come on. If we start at this level, our creativity level will be way too low. You understand? So I just needed to speak. So I've always been a very outspoken person. So, and when I became Ruggedman, I became a brand. I have platforms. It wasn't too difficult for me to speak up for people. Even in I said I speak for shoemakers. I also speak for mechanics. Oh, that was in Peace or War. I said I speak for shoemakers. I also speak for mechanics. I speak for those who hear some kind rap and don't understand it. You understand? So I've always been a man of the people. So sometimes nowadays when people see me, I'm like, man, you've always been like that. You said it. You speak for shoemakers. You speak for. Sometimes I'm walking, somebody will like, you see they speak for shoemakers. I'll be like, yeah. You understand? Because when I say shoemakers, I don't literally mean shoemakers. I mean the masses. I mean people who can't speak or fight for themselves.
Yeah, but this brings me to around the point of the NSAS movement. You were one of the most notable figures at the time.
Because I was a public figure.
You're still a public figure now.
And no, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but were there no other public figures who weren't doing anything?
Yeah, no. I mean, that's why we're highlighting this moment, okay. Right? Saying this to say that you were extraordinarily outspoken and rightly so, right? Mm-hmm. You're one of the guys that were speaking against certain issues within
police brutality, everything, yeah.
But then this particular situation happened where a couple of yourself, I think Korede Bello, and a couple of other celebrities. I don't know what that session was about, but
that were all wearing police uniforms.
You were wearing police uniforms.
Okay, so let me tell you what that is, because that kind of like confused a couple of people to think that I was the police ambassador. I'm not. I've never been, never was. You understand? What we did was, it was just part of me being me. They were having an event called Entertainment Meets Security. Entertainment Meets Security. The then Lagos State Police PRO officer Dolapo. So she approached me that she wanted me to be a speaker at the event, but for promotion's sake, we all have to wear police uniforms. It was me, Sound Sultan, Odunlade, God rest Sultan, so Odunlade, Korede Bello, Dr. Sid, Omani Oboli. These are the people I remember.
Quite a number of you.
Yeah, I think we're like 7 or 8 of us. So yes, so that as part of promotions for it, we had to wear police uniforms and take pictures that they were going to use for the flyers, and that was what we did. So it was just to bring people close to speak and, talk about police and policing and the people. That was what we did. And there were some performances. That was it. So, and I'm sure the reason they even approached me for that was because they had seen how vocal I was, to issues bordering on police brutality, fraud and everything. So it wasn't just about the police thing. It was police brutality, fraud. I was dealing with handling domestic violence issues. Yes, and I didn't even start in 2020. I didn't even start in 2020. It started 2016 was when I started all this. Even till now, till today, as I speak to you, my brother, I'm still handling 2 cases as we speak. So I wasn't a police ambassador. Someone still said it, say you rep the police. I said, I don't rep the police. I rep Nigeria. You understand? One thing they respect me for, if the police do good, I hail them. If the police do bad, I call them out. I'm not on anybody's side.
There was a lot of calling out, and there was a lot of speaking to the situation that you did at the point.
And there was a lot of helping.
You did a whole lot, because even while the protest was going on, right? We had people that were reporting live situations, and before they even tagged the blogs, they tagged you first, right? Because I think a lot of us went with the mentality, or a lot of people went with mentality that, you're with the police, or you understand, or you whatever, maybe have connections, or but it was you. A lot of people were reporting cases too on socials at the time, right? I'm saying this to link it with the current protest that's going on. Okay. You're not as vocal as the last situation, although you have mentioned that, look, man, I was doing this even before the protest. But for timeline purposes and the current situation, why are you not? Is it that you're not in support of the current protest? Or
that means you've not been to my page recently. No,
I have.
You have?
Yes, I have.
So you've seen all the things I posted?
I have seen
about that. Okay.
I have
seen. So the only thing I've not done is be there physically. That's the only thing I've not done.
I would say I want to be very honest.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that at that time and now, if I was to compare,
mm-hmm.
there was a certain level of energy that was felt from Ruggedman.
Mm-hmm. But the thing is, what a lot of people missed, the energy wasn't all out for the protest. It was all out for the people. I know it might sound somehow. What I was doing was way more important to me. What I was doing was helping a lot of Nigerians who were being arrested illegally. That's what I was doing. And if it was needed, I will come out straight and talk about it and bring attention to it so that it can be sorted. One thing I told somebody said, we know they see you, they abuse the police. And I asked the person that, abuse the police for what? I'd rather call them out so that issues can be sorted. Now, let me ask you this question. If you were a police officer, before I get to this, I don't abuse the police. You know why? Because what I do, which is helping the masses, who do I go to when police arrest the masses?
The police.
Thank you. So now imagine if I insult the police every day, and then there's an issue and I go to them, whether I like it or not, whether I want to talk about, they need to be professional. They're human beings. They have their egos. Some of them have their pride. Some of them have their petty sides. They will say, oh, you are insulting us now. You want us to help you, Abi? That is what I will meet. So the times you hear me go all out talking is when I had proof. When I had proof and when I had mega reasons to, and which is still what I'm doing right now. But there was a time in 2020, there was a particular day, I was in my room for 4 hours, pacing up and down. That day alone, I think I brought out close to 20-something people from cells around Nigeria, not Lagos.
When?
In 2020. I can't remember the only. If I had my phone, I'll check because I know
during
NSAS. Yes, around NSAS, just before the 20th of October. There was a particular day. Oxlade's brother was almost killed. They beat him to the extent that I saw a video when they were dragging him. We thought he had gone. That same day there were two young girls who were police. There were two young girls who were on the other side of Stadium bus stop, Stadium police station, Barracks police station. And some officers went across and dragged these two girls and dragged them into the station. Now, these things happened on the same day. Now, what happened with the Oxlade one? Let me just tell you, this was why I spent 4 hours. What happened on the Oxlade one? This was in Surulere. Somehow, I got a message from the then force PRO, Abuja, Oga Frank Mba is my brother, my friend, that Rugged, see what your people do. I said, who my people waiting then do? He sent me a video of some policemen who were shot. There was one that was lying on the ground. His intestines were out. There were like 3 of them that were shot like that. I said, how did this happen? Where? He said, in Surulere, protesters. I said, are you sure? He said, that's what they sent to him. I said, he should hold on. I sent word out. I went on Twitter straight and said, hey, anybody in Surulere in this particular area, if you were around when this happened, if you have any pictures, videos, sent to me. Bro, I got like 15 videos, different people, different vantage points. Now, you know what had really happened? In one of the videos, we had like 8 or 9 police officers who were on the left. They huddled together. They spoke. I don't know what they agreed. They said. Then like 5 of them just walked into the middle of the road. Protesters were in front. 5 of them walked into the middle of the road. And as they raised their guns to open fire, the other 3 in front walked in front of them. And they opened fire. So it was a policeman who shot their fellow officers. Now, what did I do? Thank God that I know how to use InShot. I know how to edit videos a bit. Bro, I was standing. I took the different videos from when they were huddled together, when they walked it to the middle of the road.
Timelines.
As they were raising the guns, I even used slow motion. As they were raising the guns, I used arrow to point at them, to point at the officers who walked in front of them, to the point when they opened fire. I edited this thing like that. I sent it to Abuja. I said, see what happened. They were not like, okay. I said, now that we have sorted this out, now these are the names of people. This is Oxley's brother. These are these two ladies. This is bro. I was sending names. People were sending me names and phone numbers. I was sending to them in Abuja. And by that evening, they had released everybody. So these are some of the things that I do that I don't even put out there. So when people say, you saying you've not seen me being, or because sometimes you don't have to be out there like that.
No, so this is I'll say this. The presence was absolutely felt.
Because it was hold on, yeah.
Not even from the point of solutions, solution-driven points, as at NSARS. I'm saying this current, because protest is still going on, this current protest, you do not seem to be as vocal as you were.
I'm doing exactly what I was doing then, but the only difference now is...
What's the difference?
Your Nigerians are facing some other people.
And who
they're
are
facing
the other people?
the likes of VeryDarkMan and co. That's Nigeria now is about who's trending, really. There was something I posted yesterday on Instagram. I said it's just funny how when I post stuff about my work that puts food on my table, 90% of you ignore it. But when there's a problem, that's when you all remember I have a platform. If I post my music and post, a lot of Nigerians don't do nothing. They run there, but when they
is this an act of vengeance?
No. What for? I say even till today, as I speak, I'm still sorting out some.
No, because you do have the power and access to solve a lot.
Yeah, but I'm still doing
problems.
it. That's what I'm saying. I'm doing it, but I'm just not putting it out there. I'm not shouting because there's no reason to shout yet.
Well, you didn't shout the last time.
I was,
people saw it.
Because they were looking at me then. Right now, they're looking at other people. That's what I'm trying to make you understand.
Are you not in support of what VeryDarkMan is doing?
Oh, I am. I liked him in the beginning when he started with the whole NAFDAC number thing. But when he now started going personal, people's private lives and stuff, especially with women, that one, to me, he's just distracting himself.
Don't you think that he's responding to what might have been done to him?
Well, until I know what was done to him, you understand? I'm looking at it's like saying a policeman, instead of taking shooting as the last resort, is the first thing he does. They will tell you, but you're a professional, you're supposed to be used to this. So even if somebody says something to you, there's a way you will address it. Not your mama, your papa, you won't catch me doing that, but then that's me. Hold on. What I said was his way, his approach is what I don't like now. You understand? His approach. Because in the beginning, it was about, he's calling out people who sell products with no NAFDAC number. That's amazing. But now, what do you hear more about him? Say the truth.
No, but he is still doing. In short, he's even diversified into the point of calling out people that are owing people money, or celebrities that have collected people's money without paying.
I don't have an issue with that one. That is cool. But what did I say? People's personal lives, people's private lives. The Yabo Joe and her daughter kind of thing. That's why I said his approach is what I'm not okay with.
I love what he's doing. The response that he gets from certain things he says.
Response?
Yeah, from probably Yabo Joe's.
Yeah, it depends on what any response he gets from Yabo Joe is probably from response to what he said. The most I think where all this stemmed from, to my knowledge, was when he said, I think it was the Mohbad situation, and where he said there are some old, retired, or whatever actresses that are trying to use.
Oh, that's just for clout.
Thank you. And then everybody knows that it was Iyabo Ojo and Tonto and who else that were active with that. So you now don't say something like that and don't expect others to respond. And when they now responded, I heard something like, "Oh, but I didn't mention anybody's name, bros. Nobody be mumu."
So
if that,
so are you saying that
if that was what happened, yeah, that's what I said, to the best of my knowledge. So if that was actually what happened, then he started it. That's what I meant by people's private lives. If you didn't like what they were doing, see, I know a lot of people who are involved in certain things that I do, but I don't call them out. You know what I do? I do what needs to be done. I gather my information and then I take it to the appropriate quarters and I make sure they're dealt with. That's what I do. But then that's me. That's Ruggedman. You understand? Maybe that's why my page is not buzzing, because I didn't see Quincy Jones and say I hate his haircut.
You gotta love it, baby.
You understand? So yes, I love the idea. I love what he does, but the approach now, because like I said it sometime, I think it was last month. This whole woman matter is sometimes a bit distracting. It takes people's minds off the good work he's doing. People talk more about, he's fighting this girl. He's fighting this girl.
Yeah.
You understand? They're talking way more about that. Blogs now, if nothing is happening to them, next thing they just probably take one old VDM video with Iyabo Ojo and just throw it out there. But they will not take the one of when he helped somebody get money back or something. You understand? So that's why I'm like, but then, who knows? See, this is the day and age of social media. Everybody wants to buzz. So if that's what's helping him also, I'm happy for him. But I would say, I loved him more when he was focused on all those projects about, no NAFDAC number, calling out, people owing and not going personal.
All right. Let's put a pause in that. And I want to speak to what the next phase is, highlighting what ID Kabasa is currently doing as a reference point, right? You have been releasing music before ID Kabasa decided to get on this current wavelength. And I had him on the show and it was a bliss moment. What is the next phase for Ruggedman as an artist? I've had a couple artists celebrate 20 years, 15 years.
I've not even done any of that.
You need to do. When are you going to do?
Yeah, well, part of the next thing for me is, the documentary, talking about me and now, from then till now. And then obviously also celebrate one of these years on stage.
Yeah, please.
Because like I said, I'm linked to almost everybody from ID Kabasa to Nice to Divanj and co. So by God's grace, I'll be producing my first movie, if not by the end of this year, early 2025. Yes, I've actually been acting. I started acting a long time ago, but I've taken it a bit more serious because I was in Tony Abraham's Ghost and the Tout too.
Yes, you were.
Which is on Netflix. I was in Jim Ike's Bad Comments, which is on Prime.
Yeah.
Cinemas and Prime. And then we just finished shooting one. It's called Red Circle, an amazing movie. I can't wait for it to come out. And then there's even another one I did with director No Dash. That one is not out too. Oh, yeah, I'm saying. So yes, and I'm also, like I said, working on my own movie. And then of course I've been doing skits and stuff, but I want to do something way more serious. And I actually also have a TV series I'm working on.
Amazing.
So, and of course I've been doing a whole lot of stuff for talents, and I have a radio show called Waiting Day with Ruggedman, which I also used to speak for mechanics and shoemakers, because I know a lot of I call it the only democratic show, because it's a show for the people, of the people, and by the people. Because what I do is I know that there are a lot of Nigerians who have issues, but they don't know where to go to, who to go to, or how to approach anything. A lot of Nigerians, if you tell them you need a lawyer, in their mind, like, I don't need 10 billion zillion, but they don't know that there are actually lawyers who take up cases pro bono, which is free. You don't have to pay. You understand? So what I do is I'm always calling out numbers of the proper police that will do their job without asking you for anything. Numbers of lawyers, numbers of human rights organizations, and I always call it out on the show. And then, of course, I give people the opportunity to call in and talk about their issues, and we take them up. I connect them. I link them up to lawyers, police, anything they need. I connect them to it. So that's why I said, sometimes it's not all. I don't come out to shout, but I'm doing a lot. I can't count. Every month, I can't count how many cases I help solve. But I don't put them out there. So hey, maybe I need to start doing it, and then maybe insulting Quincy Jones, and then I insult now. So I need to insult somebody.
I don't know why I entered the list.
I mean, are you there? Now who they hear you go first?
Baba, I appreciate your presence.
No problem.
Honestly speaking, I think this is part 1 for me, and we have to have the second session,
especially since you need to let them know about the new EP that is out. They say use every opportunity to market yourself. Quincy, you need to let them know that it's called the Michael Stevens Experiment.
Yes, sir.
Because I actually experimented with different genres of music, and trust me, it's out on all platforms. Go stream it. Go get it, or else
police will arrest you.
No, and I will save you after you stream it.
But they put you for there, go carry you come outside. I love it. I'm joking. Thank you so much, Ruggedman. It's an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
One of the things I wanted to cite, and one of the reasons why I really wanted this interview, is because most people in Nigeria can cite Tupac and
Biggie,
Notorious B.I.G. Their lives got cut short 1996, 1997. But these kids right now know
Tupac
them.
Was not around to hear my first single. Oh. No problem.
But then there's people in Nigeria that have been delivering national wide music in terms of popularity, acceptance, and also sending these messages and actually selling proper content, and somehow it's not being passed down. Somehow it's not being done.
People like you, media houses, need to, you have work to do, really. And one thing that pains me is the fact that Nigerians, as even the media houses, are all about who's trending. It doesn't help the culture. It doesn't help anything at all. There's so many talented Nigerians out there who don't have the money to buzz. And that's where you, the media, come in. But if you're all running after who's buzzing, you lose out on a whole lot of talent that don't have that money. So you need to slow down a bit. Even if you're collecting from the ones who have million to give you, at least help some of the ones coming up.
No be us for here, actually, for this show.
We didn't go talk before, but no problem.
No, Baba, you go. And as we did the show, say you go show me transaction receipt of money where you send back.
To who?
To me now. Or for the show. For this show.
You see, that's another thing. That's a lot of media houses who are supposed to be entertainment media houses. Yes. They don't. I'm not talking about you. Don't worry.
No.
You reminded me from what you said.
No. Go on.
They're media houses. But what
you shaded me.
It's not you for real. You just reminded me. For real. No, you should know me now. If it was you, I'll tell you it's you.
Yeah, man.
This is my first time in Echooroom, so I want this to echo.
That's what it is.
So, but what pains me is the fact that a lot of media houses are not being professionals. They're supposed, even people who are supposed to broadcast entertainment news and matters. Now they want artists to pay them to do their jobs.
Yes.
Doing your job normally, okay. If the artist now wants maybe some extra push, then you can charge. But now for you to release an EP or release an album, for them to even announce it, they want you to pay. Which on a normal day is even just supposed to be entertainment news. Those are some of the wrong things they do. Straight. So I'm not talking about you. Or do you do it?
For where?
Answer them now. Do you do it?
Did you pay me?
Oh, my
as question. As the guest on the show, did you pay me?
In this court, what we need is yes or no. Did you do it? Do you do it?
No. Did you pay me? Yes or no?
No.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate your presence.
Thank you very much.
You were absolutely amazing. I appreciate you. And I need to highlight that why
you two they rap like
at some point.
Oh, okay.
You've been the rap for Pidgin with the level of anglais. Why did you choose that?
To rap in Pidgin?
Yes.
Because I knew I was speaking for shoemakers. Okay, no. Let me just say the truth. Quick story. Very, very, very quick.
We need to summarize.
1994. Unilag, Mr. Macho. Yes. We had a show. Myself and like 3 other rappers. We were at the show. We rapped in all English because that was in the beginning for me. And yeah, I could have sworn there was a guy sitting in front reading a newspaper when we were rapping. Like, you know? Yeah, some people felt it. No problem. When we left, and the Fuji artist came on. Then the Fuji artist, to me, that was Unilag, University of Lagos. Girls, guys, Ajebotas. Fresh. English speaking.
Yeah.
But when the Fuji artist started, this same fresh girls pulled up their miniskirts and komole, they danced like crazy. Question I asked myself, why? What did that guy do that we didn't do? Why didn't we get this reaction? Sometime later, I was speaking to Paul Play, and Paul Play told me it was the language. He was singing in a language that everybody understood. And that time was when I was writing I had written a verse and a half in English. But when I had this conversation with Paul Play, I went back and switched to Pidgin and added the comical parts and a bit of Yoruba. That's why in Ruggedman Baba, there's a line that says, and say Paul Play had a hand and let me know what it'll take for me to rearrange and eventually blow.
That line. And that's how we sign out, guys. It's been a pleasure. Catch the live performance session. Trust me, it's a nostalgic moment first, and then you get to enjoy the pleasure of this awesome creative. Thanks so much for being part of the show. We get you next time. Peace.
What's up, people? This is Ruggedman, I'm live here in the Echooroom. So don't forget, like, share, and subscribe.